to another Mr. J Plays. We're here and we are going to be playing Elden Ring. So, there's a couple things that I wanted to show you on the first video, just because this is going to be our first actual video playing Elden Ring. Adjust this a little bit. So, I'm not going to start a new character on this one. I'm probably just going to go new game and I'll show you the build that I've been working with. It's not like one specific build. It's like, I guess I'd call it a bit of a hybrid, because my stats are pretty high up there. I'm level 387. Me and one of my friends were grinding for a while. Took a while. Plus, they end up having a bunch of extra runes, like extra runes and stuff. So I ended up using those to kind of catch up to his, because he's like, I was like 75 levels away from his or something. But he's a bigger time Elden Ring player than me. I mean, I love the game. I love playing it. But this is kind of how he showed me to get a bunch of experience. So the equipment that you're going to want to have on is... Golden Scarab, because it'll give you an added rune boost. No golden pickle foul foot, but if you typically would also want to add a golden pickle foul foot or a golden horn tender, because those I think were added in during the DLC, and they improve the you get more of a chance of getting an item than you would like for the silver horn tender compared to the pickled foul foot. This would be the better one. Same thing goes for the golden pickle foul foot and the golden horn tender. My message was just praised. Wonder which one, but since I don't have any, can I craft any? No. I need more roa fruit. Well, basically everything to craft it is just, I need more roa fruit, which is super easy to come across. You just get that one day. But anyways, you kind of show you where I'm at on the map. I'll reset those enemies real quick. So it's on the underground map. So on Xbox or PlayStation, I think on PlayStation it's the same as Xbox, but you would hit the right stick, R3. So it's right here on the overmap. It's Moog's Palace, so you have to do a quest line for a guy over here at the Rose Church. Like, when you get to the first steps, there's the dude that has that mask on. Really annoying dude. And he'll talk to you, and he'll be like, oh, there's something off about the two fingers. And then you exhaust his dialogue, you move on through the missions and stuff. Well, not really missions, but through the story. And you'll end up getting to this area after going and fighting Godric the Grafted, which is right here. Like, this is the entrance, the secluded cell, and then there's the arena. After you fight him, you'll have access to this area, so you just kind of follow the road, follow it, until you get to over here, this little island area. And you end up having multiple options on what you end up doing from there. You have to invade 3 people. They don't have to be successful, but I recommend actually sticking through the invasions. Otherwise, there is a penalty if you just like go into an invasion and jump off a cliff and die and kill yourself, that you will be invaded more often. It's like FromSoft's a little way of saying, hey, actually play PvP if you're going to be doing that. Like, I know it may not be your thing, but for this portion, just kind of go through it. Who knows, you may like it. So, right there, Rose Church. He'll end up, after that, giving you a cloth after you complete the 3 invasions for another initiation thing, and you need to take it to a maiden. What I recommend doing, like if you remember the grafted scion from the beginning of the game, and basically you're forced to either kill it or die to progress, and then you gotta die anyways, even if you kill it. If you died to it and you haven't killed it, if you want some revenge, or if you just are needing the maiden's blood, you go to the 4 belfries, and I think it's this one right here. I'll end up going to it, but we can go to it now, because I always can come back to that to show you what I do for rooms. But you come down here, there's going to be a spectral golem. Not too hard to kill if you're later on stronger, or if you're just insanely good at dodging things. Oh, don't spam the dodge. It's not a good idea. They end up really punishing you for that. You'll end up seeing in one of the other ones, I'll end up showing you a death where, you know, but there's also a death where I spam roll, and you'll see what I was talking about. So you come down here, I'll show you the golem, I'll kill him real quick. I'm going to change it. As you all have seen previously before, my favorite weapon is the Impaler Spear, but I've kind of changed my mind on my favorite a little bit, especially since I've been playing around with the Perfumer bottle, specifically the Lightning Perfumer bottle, because it seems like very little things have resistance to lightning. And then to really get the buff up on the Perfumer bottle, instead of like that Holy Charm, or yeah, the Holy Scorpion Charm that I got on, the Sacred Charm, you would grab the Perfumer's Talisman, and it improves the Perfumer's bottle's damage. Like, you're going to see, there's a short that I'm going to be releasing soon where I'm using the Perfumer's bottle without the Talisman. It's still insanely strong. And I think the boss that I used it against was the Tree Sentinel at the beginning of the game. So, I'm not even going to buff up. I'm just going to go into this fight. He's going to spawn in, look all intimidating like. Here. Oh, there he is. He's a bit of an annoying one, but when Perfume Bottle takes it down pretty good. Oh, he stomped on me. See, I like pairing this with the Howl of Shabriri. I'm trying to work on a solid damage build with this. If you guys know anything else, like other talismans or something that would help out with the Perfumer's bottle, because the ones that I'm working right now with it are the Shard of Alexander, Ritual Sword Talisman, Perfumer's Talisman, and typically I'll run something else like Sometimes I'll throw in that so that I can recharge FP. Because it does require FP because I'm using its Ash of War, which I haven't personally found it myself. A buddy of mine made it for me and then dropped it. Or, well, he duplicated the Ash of War, put it on my perfumer's bottle that I got, and then dropped it to me. But it's Rolling Sparks. It's an amazing Ash of War. It's in the DLC. The Lightning perfume bottle is DLC required, so if you don't have the DLC, I'm so sorry that you don't have it, for one, because that DLC, you may think it's not worth the price, but it's like buying a whole new Elden Ring game. Like, it's Elden Ring 2.0. It's amazing. It's not really as wide as a map, but it has a lot of depth, you know? A lot of caves, and a lot of randomly placed mini bosses. I mean, I don't know how many times I died to that knight, dude. Like, on this playthrough, I haven't done it, but I'm thinking about doing a New Game Plus so that I can bring all of us through a playthrough of this. So sorry about that, I got the burps. But bring us through a playthrough of this. And, you know, from start to finish, and then go to the DLC, because you have to defeat a boss to access the DLC anyways. And I'm gonna say, solo, I hate fighting this boss. And I still even hate fighting the boss with the, Crystal or the Mimic Tier? Yeah, the Mimic Tier. My brain was blanking for a minute. But, you know, I just find that boss to be annoying because of his phase transition. You'll end up seeing it. I'm probably going to end up having a couple friends with me or something. If any of you may want to join me on that fight, let me know. I'll probably make a Discord server before then, and then I'll put it in my the link to it in my descriptions. So, I'm sorry again, I really haven't been working on the socials yet, because I kind of dredge that. I mean, yeah, I went to school, and what? I can't remember the year, but I went to Skagit Valley College for game and web development, and I absolutely loved it. Oh, I nerded out. Some of my favorite people were my classmates and stuff too at Job Corps. Oh man, I'm not gonna give any names, but I'm gonna call this one dude Todd. But Todd, he would sit in his room and play Dark Souls on his laptop all the time, and he's actually the person that introduced me to the series. I thought about playing it. I played Demon Souls when I was younger, and I was like, it kind of wasn't my sish at the time. I was like, I wasn't really that hard of a gamer at that point. I mean, it wasn't until, you know, later on, like Skyrim, that I started actually finding an enjoyment in challenges. But anyways, to get on to the point where I was going, that dude's gonna give you, a cloth, and he's gonna ask you to have it soaked with a maiden's blood. So, there's where the giant, or the golem spawns in. There's the first tower, ignore that one. This is the tower you're gonna want. It's gonna say right over here, Precipice of Anticipation, and House. But remember that one? That's the one we want to go to. That's going to be the gate that we're going to go to. But if you run all the way up here to the top, you're not only going to see the Site of Grace up here. Don't forget to grab that. That's really handy because there's a really nice farm that I'll show you in a second. There's a chest up here, and there's a an infused or enchanted key or stone sword key, and that you would take down here to said belfry that I showed you earlier, and you would go in here and well, you would stick the thing in the golem or the gargoyle statue. I absolutely love these ones that look like they're piggybacking on each other. It's honestly funny. And then you would go through this tunnel. And then you'll probably remember the area. It's where that grafted scion is. It was an annoying fight when I first played the game, and then once I started getting good gear, and I went through New Game Plus after going through the DLC on my very first playthrough on this game, I'm so sorry that you guys didn't get to experience that with me, but it was amazing. I end up stomping it every time that I go through here now, because you have your Estus Flask too. So, you know, it would spawn in right here. Boom! Land right here, and you'd fight it, or you'd jump off and go to the other area. Well, you want to run all the way back to the chapel that you were coming out of, going to the Grafted Scion. And once we get up here, you are going to see a lovely dead maiden. Our lovely dead maiden will have a little marker on it. There will have a little marker on it saying that you could soak the cloth in her blood. Then you would say, okie dokie, and go all the way back to the Rose Church. Talk to him again. He's going to ask you to let him pull on your finger. It's going to hurt your character, but it's not going to take your life away. No HP loss. But it's going to look like your character's getting hurt pretty bad. Yeah. So then you go back to him. After you get, you gone back to him and let him pull your finger. He ends up saying that initiated. I think he gives you something else, and then he also gives you an item that I'll show you in a hot second that is important in order to get to Mohg's Palace. Mohg's Palace is an insane place. I don't like it by any means, even as a higher level character. It's super annoying. But the item that you get from letting him pull your finger is this. The Pure Blood Knight's Medal. Audience with Mohg will be granted one day. You just end up using it, and it takes you to Mohg's Palace. And that ends up giving you an access to an area where you gotta run to another area, which there's also another secret way of getting to Mohg's Palace, which gets you to the farm spot quicker, but I don't know it personally. If you guys would like to know it, I'll end up doing a little bit of research, and then or I'll try to find it or something. But there's like a storyline that you have to follow, and then it opens up a gateway. Yeah, it's confusing. It confused me. But anyways, so if you ever like playing with your friends and you seem to run out of these snazzy little beautiful fur calling finger remedies, which is what is required in order to summon your friends to play multiplayer or summon PvP signs to play PvP with your friends, show off your build, whatever. And you seem to keep running out of those. This belfry spot is the perfect farming spot for one of the most crucial crafting components that you could craft, in my opinion, if you like PvP, for calling finger remedies. It just takes 2 earthly flowers. And if you look, I just picked up an earthly flower. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. And if you really want to, but I find grabbing those 3 is faster. There's the 4th one. But what I like to do, I'll show you real quick, a couple rounds of it. You end up getting a lot of these really quickly. So I'll just run, and I'll be like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. Run back, and I rest at the grace, turn my camera preemptively to go towards that first one again, and I'll go, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. Do the same thing over and over again for a while. And you can farm these, because they reset every time you sit at the grace, as you can see. And within a short span of time, you can immediately craft. See, look, I ended up getting 21, and I can't remember exactly how many I had left. But in total, I can make 10 for calling remedies. I also save the earthly flowers for other things too, because... I think I do, because there's other things that require it, I believe. Maybe the only thing that I use that for. Yeah, I think that's the only useful thing I use that for. I've never used the Grace ability. So yeah, that's about the only useful thing for this. So there's that. Now, I'm going to show you a farm. And it does have a weapon requirement. I mean, you can technically do it with any weapon you want that has a long range AoE that, you know, can kill multiple enemies. But there is a catch to the best weapon for this farm. You have to beat the base game. Because the weapon required to do the farm most efficiently is the Sacred Relics Sword. And a lot of people have been seemingly spamming this in PvP lately. It's kind of annoying, but I understand people not, you know, being the best. But over here is where you're gonna spawn when you first go into Mogs, and then you're gonna want to run this way. And this is if you use the Pure Blood audience thing. Then you're gonna run this way, and then you're gonna come up here, and then run up this way. And then you're going to run past all the enemies that are going to be right through here. And you're going to just go and rest at the site of grace that's here. Or if you went the route of going through the secret entrance this way, you should already basically have this grace because it's one of the first graces you see. Because you're going to end up spawning in... Come on, Matt. Update. You're going to be spawning in, like, up here. Or up here, I mean. And then you're going to come down here. Because you're going to be, like, coming from up over there. So, these are, like, Albinorax, or... I don't know. I call them Albinorax. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, and sorry if it annoys you, but come up here. I like to stand on the bridge. Use the fastest floor. I take a step forward, stand it again, and then I'll go back and I'll rest. And as you can see, it's very profitable. Like per kill, I'm getting, hold up, there's a perfect tester right here. Let me get the backstab. So per kill, I get 6,700 and something rooms. And just keep doing that over and over again. And you can get millions of runes. I mean, millions of runes. And see, I'm not on my first playthrough anymore. I'm on like New Game Plus 2? Something like that. We'll see when I go to the round table because I'll New Game Plus before the end of this video, which we got. I'll extend it a little bit. It's not really preferable to go past my 30-minute mark, but we really haven't hit 30 minutes of this video. It's like 30 minutes video, including the intro and outro, you know. I may end up shortening those down so that I can get a little bit more time in here. But, yeah, you just keep doing this. I needed to do this anyways because there's a couple things I wanted to buy before I went to a new game. I mean, I could get it in my new game anyways because it's not like I can't just go to a hag and buy it. Once you have a bell, it seems like you don't need to get it again. But yeah, I'm already at 500,000 runes. See. It's not really worth going down much further anyways. It's quicker and efficient this way. And then there's another way that you can add more runes onto it. You can grab a bow and there's a death bird down there. If you line up the shot right, you shoot it, it'll aggro and run off the cliff. And it'll net you a nice amount of runes too. But I like doing this way because in my opinion I think it's a bit faster. Because lining up that shot can sometimes take a little bit of time. Unless you're a crossbow or bow whiz. If you're a whiz at archery in this game, then you may end up think about adding that into the repetition, you know? It's kind of one of those things that it's a wee bit important to understand all the mechanics of this game to do certain things. Like, I still suck at parkour, and you'll see that. I'll die so many times trying to get on torrent, jumping around. And this one, we may be at 1,000,000 runes. He didn't want to die. Yep, we're at 1,000,000 runes. Look at that. So, we're going to go to round table hold. I'm going to buy those things real quick. And then we're going to get ready to end this video with a New Game Plus. And then I'm probably going to end up start recording the next video for this. So my goal for next video is going to be going to the first boss. I mean, we'll probably end up taking out the Tree Sentinel just to be feisty. So I want some of the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Okay, we'll start on the stack. 1s first. So we're gonna go here. Buy that, and then right off the bat we'll eventually get a ton of those, but I totally forgot about the bumper button. So we'll do 200 U.
Disappointment.
Joking. So there we go. So there's that. I'm gonna change this back to the weapon that I'll be using. DLC. I fucking love that. Sorry about my words. I'm still trying to work on that. My filter. That was a pain in the butt weapon to get. I'm gonna throw her in the mix too, which she'll be my first New Game Plus Melania that I'll have fought. Because I got her on my first playthrough because I knew she was gonna be a pain in the butt to get a weapon. I might end up doing a cheese method for her if she proves to be too much of a problem. We can always go back to my faithful Steve here. Because I like being able to shield poke. Shield poking's fun. Right. So I don't think there's anything that I'll need next. So we go here. Let's see what New Game Plus we're going to be at. Journey 4, so New Game Plus 3. Alright. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!